Hey everyone, my name is Rachel Cooper. Today I wanted to show you a few plank variations. Planking is one of the best core strengthening exercises because it incorporates all of the muscles in the core. So all the stomach muscles, the hips, the low back, the obliques. The variations I'm going to show you today will just take your core to a whole new level. I want to begin with variations in the high plank position because this is great for beginners and not as challenging as the planks on your forearms. Keep in mind, guys, that both high and forearm planks can always be done on your knees, which will still engage the core until you're able to build enough core muscles to do it without the modification. Before we begin any of the high plank variations, we want to make sure that the high plank position form is correct. So your wrists should be right underneath your shoulders, your feet should be about hip distance apart, and you don't want to sink into the back. You want to keep the back flat and core stays tight. The first high plank variation is going to be the knee to opposite elbow. So you're going to do just that. You're going to bring your knee to your opposite elbow all the way across. And then you're going to alternate your legs, trying to get that knee as close to your elbow as possible. In this variation, you're going to bring your knee to the elbow on the same side. So bring your knee out, try to make contact if you can, kick the leg back out, and alternate sides. Now we're going to do a side plank. So a couple of modifications here, guys. You can either hold this position here, or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can raise your hand right over your shoulder. To do a little bit of a modification, you can bend that bottom knee in and still lift the hips up. This will relieve a little bit of tension on the obliques. This last variation in the high plank position will get the heart rate up a bit. So you want to begin with your feet very close together, and then you're going to jump them wide, and then you're going to jump them back in close together. Okay, plank jack. So it's like a jumping jack, but you're in a plank position. The forearm plank is a little bit more challenging because you're recruiting more of the core muscles. So just make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders and your hands are flat. You want to also make sure that your back is flat, again, not sinking the hips and keeping the core strong. The first variation we're going to do here is going to be the plank saw. For the plank saw, we're going to roll on the toes and the shoulders, forward and back. Keeping the core tight and back flat, you're going to make a rocking motion with your body, forward and back. The hip rotation is next. So here, you're going to rotate your hips from side to side. Drop your hips to the right, drop your hips to the left, rolling on the toes. This will really isolate the obliques. The pike is another plank variation that really forces you to use all of your stomach muscles. So you're going to keep the legs straight and you're going to pike the hips up and then bring them back down to a neutral position. The final variation for today will be a side plank in the forearm position. So just make sure that your elbow is in line with your shoulders, hips stay up high. Try holding each of these variations for 20 to 30 seconds. You can try to do them back to back, or you can take short rests in between, depending on your fitness levels. These variations are really effective. I incorporate them into my regular workout routine and my clients, so I hope that this was helpful to you guys as well. Thank you as always for watching, and please let me know how it goes. Bad or good, leave me comments. Thank you guys.